One day, a friend asked me for a ride to go to a tutoring place together. And I said yes, because they were my friend and we went to the same tutoring space. The next day, they asked again. And guess what? I said yes. Every time they asked, I would say yes. I would take them to the tutoring place, back to their home, and back to mine. Hours and hours of sleep, time to do school assignments, and spending time with my family were gone. You see, when I come home from school, my parents were busy with work, so they were at work and they weren't around at the house. And my sister had to deal with college applications. So the only time we could spend together was at the dinner table. And because of this, I didn't get to spend time with them. Sometimes they made me feel small by questioning my performance at school and on other things. They made fun of how I like to wear jewelry or how I like to dress and say that it's for attention. I didn't tell them anything, what I felt or how I felt. I just let it slide. I thought that I would feel numb to this and I would be able to ignore it, but I was wrong. I was sad and anxious often. It got to the point where I couldn't perform well at school anymore. I stopped doing homework, I stopped studying, I started failing classes, and most importantly, started isolating myself from friends and family. I didn't talk to anyone for 2 months. I was depressed. I didn't like myself. I didn't feel the need to eat. I didn't feel the energy and the need to get out of my room and interact with others. When I scroll through social media, I see all these happy people and I felt alienated. I asked myself, why is this only happening to me? Why am I still here? And because of this, my relationship with my family was, as you can see, a little bad or bad. And it impacted me from doing many things. In a way, being isolated comforted me. It was like peaceful and quiet. Think of an ocean. You're drowning in your thoughts, but yet once you're underwater, it's quiet and peaceful. This peaceful and quietness gave me the comfort. And when I was in my room, crying or breaking down, no one judged me. It was a safe space, my room. No one made fun of me, no one talked or criticized anything about me, and I felt comforted by that. But I later on realized that that comfort is not a good comfort, because it distanced me from everyone I loved and knew. It took me months to get back on track, but I realized that like a balancing scale, if you don't balance mental health and school life, one is going to destroy the other. I'm Kayla. I'm a junior at RIS, and today I'll be talking about why you should balance mental health and school life. I often struggle with my mental health. Sadly, it's not something we can cure, but it's something we can adapt to and change our mindsets to so that our mental health wouldn't worsen. Our minds can only do so much. Right now, as a student in a foreign country with a foreign language, it challenges my mental health vitally more than ever. When I first came here, I felt alone because I didn't know anyone and I didn't speak the same language as the rest of the people. It made me feel so isolated within my own mind that it made me vulnerable to sickness. And it made me miss many days of school. And so my academic performance wasn't doing so well. But when I started getting comfortable in this new environment and started interacting with other people, I was able to make friends. By making friends, guess what? Things got better for me. I got a support system that didn't make me feel so alone anymore. I was able to tell these friends that I got what I've been feeling, what I couldn't tell months before that. Because of this, my mental health was able to improve. And by improving my mental health, I was able to improve my academic performance. I was able to shine as bright as I could. Because of this, I realized that when my mental health starts declining, my school life also declines. Vice versa. Right now, as a junior, it's important more than ever to focus on my studies because who wouldn't want to go to a good university? Who wouldn't want to make their parents proud? I wanted to make my parents proud, that if you asked me what my daily routine was, I would tell you, after coming home from school, I study, and then I shower, and then I study, and then I eat, and then I study and sleep. If you're shocked right now, wait until you hear my weekend routine. It's the same cycle of waking up, studying, eating, showering. This is the same cycle. When my friends asked me to hang out, I would say no. And when my parents or family called me, I would tell them that I was busy. The more I followed this cycle, the more I lost my feelings for things. I am like a wave. Use this analogy. As my mental health started decreasing or worsening, my academic performance wasn't doing so well. So like this wave, the more my mental health got impacted, the steeper the wave got. And the steeper the wave is, the further the distance the wave is swayed, just like my academic performance. I tried to force myself to learn more, but the more I forced myself, the more I didn't learn anything. And the more my mental health and school life and my relationship were impacted. I was often irritated, unhappy, and mostly left out of the things that my friends were doing. And I knew from this second that I need to change my mindset to something different, something that would help me become a better version of myself. I started thinking, oh, what am I doing more? What am I doing less? And I realized I was studying most of the time already. So I needed something to improve my mental health. I allowed myself to walk after dinner. I allowed myself to sleep more. And I allowed myself to communicate and talk with friends and family. I was able to get the support that I needed, that I didn't get before. I also made myself realize that every day is a new day. No one's going to know what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, or any days in the future. So, time is precious. Make this time to spend time with your family and friends. I also learned to divide my time at school. I did the most I can at school during flexes, milk breaks, and any breaks during school time, so that I had to do less after school, so that I could focus on improving my mental health after school. These things helped me have a better lifestyle, and by having a better lifestyle, I was able to make myself more happy and have an improved mental health. Having a support system, trying different activities like soccer, singing, joining new clubs, committees, doing things that you love like reading, all these things, I promise you, will make you happier and have a better life to live. Why balance? Ask yourself. Well, think about yin and yang, fire and water, evil and good, left and right. These things are able to destroy each other, yet they keep each other intact. Well, look at yourself. How are you able to stand? Well, it's balance. And this is why it's important to balance your mental health and school life. Because if you don't balance these aspects, one of these aspects will destroy the other, along with other aspects in your life. If you don't know where to start small. Know what you need to manage by asking yourself, what am I doing more? What am I doing less? And prioritize the things that you want to do, things that make you happy. By taking these steps of accomplishment, think of hiking. You're stressed, you're tired, you're using all your energy to climb up this mountaintop. But once you're up in the mountaintop, look at the view. It's a rewarding view. Everything's quiet, peaceful, and beautiful. Yet, you're tired and everything. Now, going back to what I'm talking about mental health, the more you take these steps, the more you're closer to the mountain. Once you get up to the mountain, you'll get a reward, the best reward that you could have, a better lifestyle and a happier lifestyle. If you don't know where to start or still can't start, it's okay. It's okay. There are billions of people on this earth. 1 or more, or even 1% of the world, which is like millions, are going through the same thing as you. So don't be troubled that no one understands you or is going through the same thing as you. There are people there that are going through the same thing as you. And use this knowledge, acknowledge this, use this to overcome this challenge. Another advice I could give you about balancing school life and mental health is journaling. Journaling has helped me so much. If you are a student in a foreign country, or you're struggling with mental health, or you need someone to talk to, or just everyone in general, just start journaling. Write down how your day has been, what you eat, who you talk to, what information you learned. If you need to confront someone or vent, write it down. By doing all these, you are allowing yourself to have a more freely living life. If you don't write things down or talk to someone, you're bottling up all these feelings and thoughts, and one day it's just going to explode. So write it down. Also write down the small things that you can celebrate, not just the big things. Also, if you are a gossiper, anyone, write down all the juicy gossips, all the things that you heard, or instead of spreading it, just write it down. By writing down, you can maintain your friendships, I swear. And yeah, my last words, thank you for joining me today.